I'm Alan Robarge. Welcome to Improve Your Relationships, where I like to talk about attachment injuries and healing attachment trauma. And on this video, let's talk about the skill of curiosity. Having curiosity, being with a partner who is curious about your world, you're curious about your partner's world. And this is a skill. This is something that we can really identify that is even tangible. It's based upon the quality of engagement, the quality of questions that we're asking. And it's think of a child, the child's eyes light up and is inquisitive. To be inquisitive is to be curious. And that reinforces, very much so, reinforces positive attachment, secure attachment, is that when a partner inquires about your world and wants to know about your inner world and your thoughts and your feelings. Let's say you went to the movies and the partner says, well, what was your experience during the movie? How did you feel about that? How do the themes in the movie relate to your life? Did you find it funny? Was it emotionally challenging? Did it make you reflect on anything in particular? These types of questions are going a little deeper. They're trying to drop into, well, who are you? What's your experience? And for a partner to ask that type of question needs to be curious, not only to ask the question, but curious that I really want the answer. I really want to know who you are. And perhaps you know what it's like to be with a partner where this is not happening. Or maybe you notice sometimes yourself being a bit distant and a bit silent and a bit disengaged. And when we're disengaged, there's not a lot of dynamic flow. There's not a lot of feeling connected to each other. It might feel boring. It might feel stale. We're not turning our focus onto the other person. In a way, it's almost playful. It's like a playful curiosity. It's not just gathering information. It's not stale, dead data. Tell me what your thoughts are. It's more in the sense of, well, tell me what your thoughts are, and that activates a liveliness. And now it feels immediate. It feels pertinent. It feels that there's a relational quality to whatever the actual content is. So think of a child. If the child is in the kitchen and you're baking something, if you're cooking something on a stove, you immediately have a sense of relating and relatedness when the child starts asking questions. And the child will pull up a chair and want to look into, the bowl of batter that you're stirring. The child is going to want to get a spoon and stir and help out. And there's an immediate engagement around the curiosity of, well, how does this work? Well, how does this work? Well, how does this work? Well, this is interesting. Notice this. And then you have those moments where the child's eyes light up and where you both laugh at something. So that's what we're looking for creating with a partner. And it might not be as simplistic as, making cupcakes and stirring batter, but it's that same quality of wanting to engage around, well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, who are you? Who are you in this context? Well, I didn't know that about you. Who are you in this context? Well, that's interesting. And then our eyes light up because in the immediate sense, we're getting to know each other. And this comes naturally when we are flooded with hormones and when we're in the early stages of meeting someone and someone is new and exciting and fresh, and there's a bit of the edginess of the possibility, and if you're attracted to the person, then even sexual attraction, and all of a sudden we find ourselves very curious and very interested in who is this person in our world. And so if we're not under the haze or under the influence of that bump in the hormonal cocktail that's swirling in our brain and swirling in our nervous system, our bloodstream, then we might realize, well, this is something that we cultivate and we nurture, and that we can create those moments of intense sharing and flow and knowing each other through employing heartfelt, purposeful curiosity. And that means asking about your partner's inner world and who are you and what's going on and what are your dreams and aspirations and how do you feel about that and how do you feel in this moment? No, really. What's going on for you? How are you doing? How do you feel about, what's happening right now? And this level of being able to be self-reflective and then share it, to be open to share it, and then have a partner that's inviting it as well. And to say, when you reflect on, whatever it is, when you reflect on XYZ, what do you notice about yourself, about life, about your mind, about us? What are you thinking? What's going on for you? And then the same thing that you do the same for your partner. Hey, tell me more about that. Wow, that's really interesting that's your point of view. It's very different from how I interpret this situation. I wonder what that means for you. I wonder what, again, I'm speaking a bit out of context, whatever it is, if you're driving somewhere and, let's say your partner runs into some old friends that he or she has not seen for 5 years. And then after the interaction, you ask the question, well, what's it like to see your friend after so many years? And then to be able to say, I'm curious if you miss that friendship. And all of a sudden, those types of questions invite an openness. It's very possible that you're with a partner who that is very foreign. And to not only be asked the question is foreign, but to offer the vulnerability to reveal him or herself and to share the answer and to be able to go to that place of exploration. So in a way, we could say that the skill of curiosity is not only asking the question or being asked, it's then coupled with the ability to explore. And it's through that exploration that provides the vulnerability. I reveal myself when I reveal my thoughts, when I reveal what's going on for me, and there's an exploration. So instead of just saying, emotional availability, instead of just saying emotional connection, in my opinion, or in this moment, what I'm offering on this video is it makes it a little more tangible and practical if we say we need the skill of curiosity and we need the skill of exploration. And that's reciprocal, that both people are doing that together. I hope that this is helpful. Please experiment with it. Take it, go to your relationships, go to your partner, talk about curiosity and exploring ideas and sharing ourselves, and figure out how to ask the questions that are not only designed because you want to try to make the person open up, but because you genuinely are interested. Back to the child. The child is not trying to manipulate the situation to have a meaningful conversation. The child genuinely is curious. What's this? What's that? What's this? Let's talk about this. How do you feel? And that's what we need as we engage as adults. Many of us find ourselves being shut down. Many of us find ourselves going through the motions. Many of us find ourselves, not taking the risk to invite the conversation where we would reveal ourselves and where the partner would also have the invitation to reveal him or herself. So experiment with this, practice it, leave a comment here how it's working and how it's going. I'd be curious myself to hear the results. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video and want to see more just like it, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also to check out the online community membership site that I'm creating. You can learn more about it at alanrobarge.com. Thank you so much.